Overthinking. It's like running a race without a finish line. I know the next steps that I need to take, but I get stuck wondering what happens after. That uncertainty, it freezes me. Maybe it's not about knowing every step. Maybe it's about trusting that I'll figure it out. One sip, one breath, one moment at a time. Because getting stuck in my head doesn't solve anything, but grounding myself, being present, that's where I find clarity and the answers I need. Journaling my thoughts has never really been my thing. The blank page oftentimes feels more like a wall than any sort of release for me. Instead, recently I've been turning to reading, absorbing the thoughts and lessons of others. It's almost like having a guide, a reminder that I am not unique in the sense that I'm not alone in trying to figure things out. But even then, it's still easy to get stuck in my head, and reading doesn't always work. I can overanalyze every word, every idea, every possibility. That's when I remind myself to do something more grounding, something tangible. Making chai has become a ritual for me. It's sort of a moment to pause and recenter, and there's something soothing about the process, the way it forces you to slow down and focus, especially once the milk is in. If you turn your back for 5 seconds, it can definitely overflow. I've been there. Making a cup of chai has always been my way of hitting pause. The warmth, the aroma, the act of creating, it all pulls me back into the present, into myself. Okay, now before y'all call me out, yes, making chai does not get my mind off of chai, since I own a chai business. And so at times when I'm stuck in terms of a decision for kasana, or I'm just sort of stuck in an overthinking pattern and need to step away from chai for a moment, I also have recently turned to piano. I've always wanted to learn piano, and I finally decided to give it a try now that I'm making big girl money. And it's been humbling, to say the least, but it's also where I found some of my best ideas for kasana, letting my mind wander as my fingers fumble across the keys. Movement helps too. I'm not big on the gym anymore. It's too easy to get stuck in my head. But in a class, surrounded by others, I'm reminded to be present, to feel my body, my breath, and let the energy around me pull me back to myself.
Breathing in means you gotta breathe it out. Don't keep yourself suffocating on this self-doubt. If you know yourself, you know you're better off without. Better off without. But we can't love ourselves, so we long for another. Getting caught up in the fantasy of a lover. Look into my eyes, it's dopamine. Addicted to the way that you cope with me. But now I see we were tired. Just love harder when things get tough. No one told you that sometimes love ain't enough. No one told you that sometimes love ain't enough. Love ain't enough. Yeah, I got lost after you found me. I gave you more than I was taking. Only knew how to love just to fill the void. I'm sorry I made you my source of joy. We were tired. Just love harder when things get tough. 'Cause no one told you that sometimes love ain't enough. No one told you that sometimes love ain't enough. Love ain't enough. We were tired. Just love harder when things get tough. No one told you that sometimes love ain't enough. No one told you that sometimes love ain't enough. Love ain't enough. We were tired. Just love harder when things get tough. No one told you that sometimes love ain't enough. No one told you that sometimes love ain't enough. Love ain't enough.
And it's in those moments, whether it's movement, reflection, or simply sipping chai, that I'm learning the importance of showing up for myself. Because self-love isn't just about affirmations or indulgence. It's about allowing myself to be enough in those everyday moments, to have gratitude, and to trust that I don't need to have all the answers right now.
So I never trust anybody who says I love you and the person doesn't love herself or himself. How can he? How can you give something you don't have? So I always encourage self-love. That's why I sometimes think we ought to deal with that first. You must find something wondrous, the uniqueness of one's own self, to remind us that each of us is worthy.